It's Friday, September 23rd. And we're starting 2.1. I hope 2.1 or 2.2. I hope 2.1 was right. All right. I have my little mariachis that get us started. They're singing la la la. You used definitions before. Now you will write definitions as conditional statements. La la la. Right? Did you hear the tune? La la la. All right. So let's start. We have my helpers here. Angela, Brandon.
Hola.
Kafani's gonna just be chilling. And
Oh, that's supposed to be on my phone. I'm sorry.
John Riley. So let's start.
Are you gonna pull my board?
Yeah. So we're first. You have your vocab. You have your vocab sheet in front of you. This is a little different, but you still have all the vocab. So we'll follow along. We'll do some examples. And yeah. So what you're going to learn is how to write an if-then statement and the converse on this first example. So what is an if-then statement? Who could give us a quick example?
Okay, an example of an if-then statement is, if I do my homework, I will get good grades. Another one would be, if I come home on time, my parents will let me go out more often.
So if-then statement, it's just pretty much, you're going to have a hypothesis followed by a conclusion. So if-then statements example, he gave some great ones. If a number is even, then it is divisible by 2. We have a hypothesis and a conclusion. These are also called, if-then statements are also called conditional statements. And that's the idea. We're going to learn 4 or 5 different types of ways to write conditional statements. And the first one will be just this basic if-then. So we'll try a couple examples. First, after the if, what you need to know is always going to be the hypothesis. Then, after the then will be the conclusion. So let's think of some examples here. What's a good if-then we can write? Just basic, it doesn't really matter what it could be. We'll have a hypothesis and a conclusion. Anything.
Mathematical or?
No, so let's try, what if, let's say I tell you if I have
If I eat a banana.
if D is between A and B, then what do we know? And this is actually, I'm basing this off of one of our vocab, our first postulate of the year, the segment
midpoint.
Then the segment addition postulate. Who remembers that? Segment addition postulate.
Postulate.
So if D is between A and B, how can we write that? Then
Then if D is between A and B, then D is the midpoint.
no, what if we said then A D plus
Oh, okay.
AB.
Plus BD. DB.
equals AB. So that would be an if-then statement. This would be our hypothesis. This is our conclusion. So after the if will always be the hypothesis, and then after the then will always be the conclusion. And we could really write it. We can come up with tons of different examples. Another way you'll always symbolize, the way you could always write this in a symbol is if P, then Q. That's one way you could always typically see it, where P is our what? Hypothesis, and Q will be our
Conclusion.
So let's try it. The next, which you have written in your, if you look at your vocab, we're going to talk about, we have the regular conditional if-then statement, and then we're just going to learn forms of how to write this, and they're all based off of rules. So the next one would be, what do you guys want to do with that?
The converse of a conditional statement if formed by exchanging the hypothesis and the conclusion.
So in general, if we're using this guy, if P, then Q, if this is a regular if-then, how do we write the converse? What do you guys want to jump up here today? How would we write the converse?
If we switch the hypothesis.
We're just going to switch the hypothesis and the conclusion. So remember, what comes after the if is the hypothesis, what comes after the then is the conclusion. So we're just simply switching them. So the converse would be if Q then P. Perfect. Let's try another one. You want to give it one a shot, Angela? There's one right here, right here.
Sure.
So what we have, go ahead and we're going to write the converse, right? So we have, if a figure is a triangle, then it has 3 sides. So to write the converse, we're just going to switch the hypothesis and the conclusion. If it has 3 sides, 3 angles, excuse me. Then the figure is a triangle. Very good. So, first thing we have is a conditional statement. And a conditional statement is what, Angela?
A conditional statement is a logical statement that has 2 parts, a hypothesis and a conclusion.
Very good. So a conditional statement is all, we're going to learn tons of conditional statements. You'll have your original, which is just the if-then, and if you want to work towards the converse, what are we doing for the converse?
You just switch the hypothesis.
You just switch the hypothesis and the conclusion. So I think that would be it for. We're going to wait to do this. Let's try maybe one more. Try this. So that would be example 1. So we're done with example 1.